How do we have a loud voice and remind people how significant Bermuda is?
Well, Bermuda is very significant, particularly in the property and casualty reinsurance market. Bermuda covers about 35% of that market globally. And the strongest fiscal policy, of course, is to spread risk. So the 150 countries that our members do business in, they should want to export the risk, if you will, and import reinsurance protection.
Will the COVID-19 pandemic open new lines of insurance for Bermuda?
It may, it very well may. And the beauty of the Bermuda market is it's so innovative. It's an entrepreneurial market, always responds to a global event. One of our best attributes is speed to market. The market works very quickly and they can respond to insurance and reinsurance needs globally. We have a world-class regulator in the Bermuda Monetary Authority that works very closely with the industry, but is so well respected. Bermuda is one of only 2 markets in the world that can write business in the U.S. as at the highest level as a reciprocal jurisdiction, and also write business in the EU as a Solvency II equivalent jurisdiction. Our regulation is top-notch and our market's very innovative.
Do a lot of insurance companies here have exposure to the pandemic?
Yeah, you're seeing that come out right now, as most companies right now are reporting their first quarter numbers. There's still a lot of work to do to see what's covered and what might not be covered for COVID-19. Business interruption will be very policy and agreement specific, so the language will have to be analyzed. After the SARS outbreak a few years ago, there were some exclusionary language that was included in policies. And of course, we have to look at the policies on the insurance level, but also the reinsurance level. So there will be some coverage, there will be some losses, and companies are reporting those now.
Over 11,000 Bermuda residents are out of work due to the pandemic. So it's encouraging to see that most Bermudians in the international business sector have retained their jobs.
A great accolade, the international companies that did work from home and transitioned very quickly to that environment. So our member companies immediately went to a work from home environment, and so did the regulator, the Bermuda Monetary Authority. And so whether folks were ready to do that or not, they certainly came through. And so think about the last few weeks, we've gone through a renewal cycle. The Japanese, for instance, their insurance market typically renews on April 1st. So all those renewals have been done by our local Bermuda companies, essentially virtually. We're getting ready for another big US state renewal this summer on June 1st. That will essentially be done virtually. So working from home has saved those jobs and still allowed us to have global commerce. And those jobs have been contributing to the payroll tax as well for Bermuda, so keeping the government open in terms of cash flow.
Over the next 5 years, you're projecting growth and new opportunities that will include Bermudians.
Absolutely bullish on Bermuda. The statistic that I'm the most proud of, and we do this review every fall, is looking at the percentage of Bermudians at our companies. So think about our insurance, reinsurance industry that was really in its infancy 30 years ago, that may have had less than 1% of Bermudians in our offices. They didn't have the opportunity to learn that business yet in Bermuda. It just wasn't here. And now, some 30 years later, that percentage is reaching 74%. Of the employees, the team members at our companies that are Bermudian or spouses of Bermudians. So that's a very proud number. It means that the investment that our companies have made in training and development and scholarships, it's really paying off. Those jobs are going to Bermudians. So I'd like to increase the pie. I'd like there to be more jobs and more opportunities. And so the next 5 years, the goal would be to grow our market. There was a report released today that all developed markets have taken a 20 or 25% economic activity hit. And so we'll have, just like other markets, a lot of work to do to reboot our economy, but we're looking forward to contributing.